Ow! Oh, oh my. Oh. Phew. Hello friends, how are you today? We are grocery hauling it, meal prepping this weekend. This is my $700 grocery haul. So much stuff. Whew, I am pooped. I'm gonna carry all this stuff up by myself, but you know, it's up half a flight of stairs, so it's a lot carrying all this stuff up and down, up and down. Sorry for the background noise. It's a beautiful hot sunny day here, which means neighbors are out mowing their lawns. Ours got mowed I think yesterday, so yesterday was a nice day too. Yeah, so every time, even if it's not a sunny day, if the rain stops for an hour, people are outside mowing their lawns because the daylight is so extreme here. Mowing once a week is sometimes not enough, so you know, lawn grows super fast. Anyways, we are here today. It's the weekend. It's Friday. I wasn't gonna film today, but with the grocery haul being this huge, I had to just like at least start and just be like, look at what we got. This is crazy. All the good things and some pantry stock. Oh, good, it stopped. And some pantry stock up items. Like we have this huge box of macaroni and cheese right here, which my middle daughter and her boyfriend have been enjoying those, so who knows how long that box will last. Kind of like pantry stuff we keep in the pantry though, and like jars of sauce. What do we get? We got a few blocks of cheese. We've got a big thing of peanuts. More sauce. Lots of toothpaste. Finally got olives. I've been like out of olives for like 2 months, a month, 2 months, I don't know. We got look at this giant chub of ground beef. So I gotta break this up today and divvy this out. I actually thought maybe I'll go ahead and like ball out some meatballs with it. Thought that would be fun. So we are gonna do this video a little bit of like food prep. Something I don't normally do, but I kind of got inspired, is I'm gonna go ahead and marinate some meat to go in the freezer. So I bought a bunch of chuck roasts. I bought a bunch of chicken thighs, and we're gonna marinate that stuff and put that stuff in the freezer. So I did just buy some disposable freezer bags for that, because I only have like 3 gallon size reusable ones. I'm not gonna use all that for the freezer stuff, so I think I just need to buy more of the reusable ones. So I got a few boxes of that. Sponges, because I needed a few. What do we got here? Oh, so this is my cauliflower rice I have to buy now at the regular grocery store because I just haven't been able to get out to Costco in Anchorage. So, but yeah, broccoli, a couple of bags of those. Milk, got some milk. We haven't tried the organics brand from Safeway yet, so we're gonna try that. A big 5 dozen eggs pack from the Costco store here. Got butter, a big box of cream cheese, uncured beef hot dogs, salad stuff, cucumber, romaine lettuce. Okay, so I'm a little irritated about the romaine. This is, they're calling it artisan romaine, so it's like these little teeny tiny short romaines that, and there's only 5 of them. I used to get 6 big tall romaines for less price than these ones. So up the price, miniaturized the produce. I don't, like, what? How do you miniaturize produce? But I guess you can. So lettuce for salads, because you know we gotta eat salads. So we got cabbage, avocado, bell pepper, sour cream. Oh my gosh, in this box we have a huge pork loin. You know, one of those big giant pork loins from Costco. We got one of those in there, and then we've got we're having steak for dinner tonight, so we got a little 4-pack of ribeye steaks. So yeah, instead of going out to steak night, we're just gonna stay in for steak night because, I mean, I spent $700 on groceries. We're not gonna go spend another $150 on dinner tonight. So we gotta get started. I gotta get this stuff put away. Somewhere around here, I got some cilantro and parsley and some red Fresno chilies. I'm gonna make some marinades for the chicken, and I think one of them I'm gonna use for the, yeah, anyways, we're gonna make some marinades. We're gonna marinate some chicken. That was just really my inspiration, was I just wanted to do a couple of different marinades for some chicken, and I thought that would be really easy to then thaw out, cook up, and we could throw those on salads for the week. I mean, I'm sure at some point during the week I'm gonna have to probably go get more salad because this is not enough. But today we are like cycle day, like 12, 13-ish. So right now we're not fasting huge amounts of time. We're doing like 13 to 16 hours. So that means we're still doing about 2 to 3 meals. Really about 2 meals, because I mean, who has time for 3? I'm hot. I'm gonna go put my hair up. Because, yeah, I mean, seriously, 3 days ago it was 45 degrees, pouring rain, and I was freezing to death in my house. And now it's 65 degrees, and I'm like sweltering. Okay, let's get started. My goodness. So much stuff. And it's all, like, my counter's all full of junk too. Some of it's junk, but I also started getting out cookie making stuff. So I am going to also make cookies this weekend. It's so hot today, I really don't want to do it today, but it's already sitting out. Like, honestly, I don't want to do a lot of this stuff today. I'm thinking I'm going to save it for tomorrow. I'm going to be all by myself in the house all day, and this will give me like a project to marinate the meats and to bake the cookies, and yeah. But tonight, steak, roasted vegetables, that's what we're doing for dinner, because easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? After shopping all afternoon, gotta keep the food easy. But I do gotta find a place to put all this stuff. All right, let's get to it. I keep babbling on and on, sorry. Hey friends, how you doing? It's the next day in the afternoon, super late. It took me all morning to clean up the kitchen, so and then it's just been feeling kind of like a lazy day ever since. So I really, like, just when I woke up this morning, I spent like almost 3 hours on the phone with my parents, and I just, you know, haven't really had a lot of talks with them in the last couple months. So it just, they were finally home, I was home, so we just had like a really big long chat today, which was great. Totally missed them. And yeah, so lots of things going on in the family that we had to talk about. And yeah, so just kind of time got away from me from there. And you know, today I really got to focus on just a few things. I still got that meat I gotta marinate, so, but I think we're just gonna focus on making sure the salad gets prepped. So this, I need to chop it up, wash it, and make maybe a couple of salad bowls for my daughter's lunches the next couple days. At least, you know, just get the salad stuff ready to go. And it's mostly just this, and I think some bell pepper and cucumber. We're gonna start with washing the lettuce. I have all the cookie making stuff out here. I still have to make the cookies. I promised them I would make them today, so I do got to get to that. And then also we're having spaghetti for dinner. So I'm going to get the meat sauce out, which I had that huge long tub of ground meat. So which means I got to break into that to make this spaghetti sauce. And then also I do need to process that and get all that in the freezer. So as long as I can do some salad, do some cookies, get the spaghetti sauce made and the ground meat put in the freezer. That's the main goal for today. But honestly, if I could get a couple of the marinades made today, should not like be hard, right? It's like my blender, pour the ingredients in the blender, dump the chicken into a Ziploc bag, pour the ingredients in, smush it all around, pop it in the freezer. It seems like this should be really fast, right? I don't want to spend a lot of time on food prep tomorrow, because tomorrow I am making beef birria for dinner, and And that's kind of its own little kind of headache of a process. Not going to film that though, because I've already filmed that I think once or twice. So yeah, I'm not going to film it. Just, and like even the cookie making, I really don't need to film that. Well, I'm going to link all of the recipes below because I've made the birria before. I've made the cookies before. I'm not making them any different really. And basically I just take basic cookie recipes and I swap out better flour, better sugar, better fat. Like, it's just all the things. I just swap out better ingredients. So instead of using cane sugar, I'm using monk fruit sugar. Instead of using regular butter, I use grass-fed butter. Instead of using regular white flour, I use einkorn flour. So instead of using Jif or Skippy peanut butter, I use a natural peanut butter where the ingredients are just peanuts and salt. Like, that's it. So, you know, just kind of swapping better ingredients out. But I am going to do some salads for lunches for a couple of days, so hopefully this will cut it. So my daughter's coming over right now though. She's going to bring me an ice cream. So while she's here, I might just process and do like maybe a speed through with some music. So unless she wants to participate in my little video, it's up to her. She doesn't have to. Yeah, it'll be nice to have a chat with my daughter as well. So let's get started on this though, because for some reason I always feel like this is like one of the most parts like I hate doing. Why do I hate chopping lettuce and washing it? It's not a big deal. It only literally takes like 5 to 10 minutes tops. And that's because I have to wash, you know, the basket out after I'm done using it. So anyways, let's get started on that. For some reason the kitchen was quite disastrous. I don't know. I can never keep up. But it's been a good day. I did get about 15 hours fasted, and it's just yesterday got away from me. It was like just feeling like a lazy day after we did our groceries, and I still got some groceries on the table I gotta put away. But you know, it just was feeling like a lazy day after doing the grocery shopping, and it wasn't, and because it stays sunny daylight for a really long time into the evening. So it was like 7 o'clock and I realized what time it was and I was like, oh, I haven't even made dinner yet. So we didn't even eat until like 7:30. And yeah, so I didn't even get done with dinner until about 8 o'clock. So we got about 15 hours fasted today, which is totally fine. And I'm not eating low carb right now. I'm not eating like ultra low carb. I'm just eating kind of like regular carbs. So last night for dinner we had steak and roasted broccoli and sweet potatoes, and then today I was in my head I was planning, I have like a little bit of yellow potatoes over here. I was gonna chop those up this morning and roast them, and I didn't. So I used the tater tots we bought last weekend. I just used some of those. I roasted tater tots and made some chorizo and eggs, and that's what I had for breakfast. So, you know, whatever. But I did get to fast about 15 hours, so that was good. These are so tiny. So weird. I'm gonna just take this core out, not use that. Break up some of these pieces that are really tight together. But I'm excited. Got lots of stuff going on this fall with the family, so I'm excited. Oh, and I don't think I've given you an update on my daughter. My youngest, she has been diagnosed with PCOS, so I've been helping her to start to try to balance her hormones through intermittent fasting lifestyle for women, and she's doing quite well. She's not, you know, it's going to take some time for her to recover. And when I say some time, I mean, it's going to take more than a year or so for her to really get it together. So, but I mean, I'm just so impressed at how quickly she's been able to want to adapt to this lifestyle and how quickly it's actually made her start to cycle almost in a normal pattern. So she graduated at the beginning of May, and so we came home right at that time into May, and so I immediately put her on a fasting protocol. I think she was fasting about 17 hours-ish, and it just kind of depends on how early she can eat dinner versus she has lunch at the same time for work every day. She takes an 11:30 a.m. lunch break. So it just kind of depends on what time she eats. So obviously, like last night, we ate late. And also that was because she got home at 7:30 from work. So she didn't eat until then. But so today, like, she would be fasting. What is that? That's not quite, so it's like 15 hours. So she fasted like 15 hours today. But she immediately, like within like less than 2 weeks, I think it was like 10 days, she all of a sudden had started her cycle, her menstrual cycle, which she had not had in like over 3 months. So, and that was one of her things with her PCOS, was she was not having a period regularly. She was only having it about every 3 to 4 months. And so she started a couple weeks after she got home from school. And then after that, so we put her back, started her over on her fasting protocol, and started her back on a regular one. And as soon, like 3 weeks, I think she went 22 days and then started a new cycle. So totally amazing. Got a second cycle going. Now, this last one, she went 34 days and then started her cycle. So like it's really starting to kind of come together and get back on a more normal track. In case you didn't know, between 21 and 35 days can be considered normal. So she's getting right in there. So yeah, we just started her over on her fasting protocol. So what happens is I had her going on a 30-day cycle. So when she got to 30 days, I just started her like she was starting over on day 1. And then 4 days later, she started her cycle. So we just started her over on day 1. So that's kind of where we're at. And so she doesn't have to think about it. I prepare her meals for her. So basically, her eating habits are based on what I'm feeding her. Because she literally, these last 2 weeks, she's been working between 12 to 15-hour days. And so she doesn't have time to think about what she's eating. She doesn't even have time to think about a shower or laundry or having anything. She's lucky if she has time to stop to put gas in her car on the way to work. But anyway, so she's doing amazing though on her protocol. She's taking a bunch of just regular supplements. I have her taking a multivitamin, D3 with K2. I have her taking fish oil. I have her taking turmeric. What else is she taking? She's taking, what do you call that? Magnesium. I'm like, it's the same stuff I take. So she takes magnesium, and then she also takes, she won't drink it. So I have her taking apple cider vinegar pills. So right now she's only taking them at night before she goes to bed. Like when she takes them at night when she has dinner, her apple cider vinegar pills. So I want her to take a second set, but she has like a hard time, her tummy has a hard time with pills. So I have her vitamins like split up. She takes some of her vitamins at lunchtime, and then she takes some of them at dinner time. So we're just kind of right there with the vitamins right now. And I think there's some more supplements I want to add. I have to do a little bit more research and look through my reference book again. But yes, for right now, she's doing really good with taking all of those vitamins. And Let's get some water in here. But when she does have a menstrual cycle, it hits her hard. And I think this one was probably a little bit better than the last one. The first day is always really, really tough for her, and then having to work a 12-hour day while that's happening to your body, it's just not, it's not the funnest thing. So, but you know, she's managing, she makes it through, and she's a trooper. She is really excited for the summer working season to end though, so she can actually start to participate in making some of her food choices and making some of her food. So I'm really excited for every cycle that she has. I'm like, oh, now we're on this part of the cycle and we're going to feed you this. And oh, now we're on this part of the cycle and you get to eat that. And so it's like at the end of the cycle part where she gets to start eating more meals and more carbs, she gets super excited. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I mean, I get excited too when I get to eat potatoes and bread. So we are doing a little bit of, oh, it's my daughter. We're doing a little bit carbs today, but we're going to use Banza pasta. So let's go ahead and start. Anyways, we'll get back to this. We're going to speed through this. All right, I don't really remember where I left off talking. I'm sure I was talking about my daughter's PCOS. My oldest daughter came over to visit for a little bit. And she brought me an ice cream, so that was nice. And it was a shorter visit than I thought it would be. So we just sat there for a few minutes while I ate my ice cream, and she had to go and run some errands, so on with the show, right? It is late in the afternoon. It's already after 3. Let's see, get this. So glad I didn't get the organic stuff. Like last time there were so many bugs. I washed it 3 times, and then when I was eating the salad, I was still picking out bugs. It was gross. So we've established my daughter is doing amazing, but you know, she's young, her body's gonna bounce back, and it's gonna be great for her. But we're all about, we're all kind of also having a little, so as a family, we're also working on our finances. And me and my husband have been working on ours for a while. We spent all of 2023 paying off our consumer debt as well as saving for an emergency fund. And if you've never done it before, we follow the Dave Ramsey Baby Steps program for financial peace. And, you know, we really wanted our kids to get into it, so we bought the Financial Peace University program. And I think I'm going to wash this before doing that last one because this is really dirty. There was like a really dirty piece of lettuce in there. But yeah, so we've been also, along with working on our health goals, we've been also working on our financial goals. So we spent all of 2023 paying off our debt and saving for our emergency fund. So after we got our debt paid off and then our emergency fund done, then it was like time for graduation. And then so any like money we had saved like all went to graduation, not our emergency fund, but any extra money after that all went to the graduation fun time expenses. We went like on a couple of different Alaska side trips, and yeah, so we've just all been working on our finances and, you know, trying to get my kids involved. My youngest daughter, she does have some student loans, so she is working her baby steps, and she is crushing it paying the loans off. But, you know, and then, so got all the kids involved, got them all on the program, getting them all financially straight so that everybody can, live and give like no one else, right? So that's where we're at. So we're at health and finance, and it's kind of like we're all doing this as a family, so it's really nice. Been having the kids in the evening come and watch lessons, and we have discussions and take quizzes and things like that with them, and so it's been a really nice bonding experience, I think, with all the kids. So yeah, money's a hot topic in our family right now, and how to make money and how to save money and, you know, how to plan for using money and how to, just all the things, right? So that's kind of where we've been at in life right now. Oh, it's a little dark because I turned off my light. Sorry. We'll do it like this. You can watch me spin. So, all right, one more to go. And this is, you know, this is just kind of typical. Like, I feel like I'm just on repeat. Like every other video is like the same. I'll have like one video I'm meal prepping, one video I'm doing a long fast, and one video I'm eating total junk food. Like, I just feel like that's my life on repeat right now. Yeah, this is the prepping video. Oh, I have one more lettuce. That's what I was doing. So I should give these a wash, eh? Yeah, maybe I'll set these in the wash for a minute. All right, how do you folks wash your veg? So I got my bell pepper in here. Put a little bit of vinegar. And then I'm gonna mix that in. I don't even know if that's enough. Is that enough? I'll put a little more. This is usually how I wash my veg. I'm gonna just mix it up, bounce them around a little bit. And these are bell peppers, so they float. So I'm gonna take a lid upside down and sink that right in there. Maybe that lid's not enough. Here, let me get a smaller lid. Oh, smaller lid, sink that down in there so they go all the way under the water. And there you go. Okay, let's let that go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now we got them under the water. All right, we're gonna let those soak for, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes. Rinse them off and give them a cut. I usually try to do the same thing with this. But I have to do like half at a time because I don't have anything long to lay it down in. So we rinse this off. Put this in there too. And we'll get going with cutting up our veg. Right? Alright, in the meantime, we are going to put this lettuce away. We'll rinse this off. I went and bought some Ziploc, some freezer bags. I'm hoping these will fit in my fridge somewhere now. Yep, I didn't buy paper towels. Usually I would stick a paper towel in there. I just got cloth napkins I'm going to stick in there. Just kind of absorb some of the moisture. So this weekend, I still got to finish all the food prep though, because you know we can't let that food go bad. Just gotta get that food prep done, and then tomorrow, making my big dinner. It's gonna be 8 pounds of chuck roast. It's gonna be so fantastically delicious. I'm like so excited. I love making these tacos. This meat. I cannot not eat Mexican food. I feel like I have to eat Mexican food like all the time. Actually, let's just see if I can dump this in there. Ta-da! Get this napkin, put it in there. Still gotta make my daughter's lunch for tomorrow. Maybe I should just do that now. Let's do that now. Hang on. Honestly, this is gonna be for both my husband and my daughter, so maybe I should have just not used this bag. Well, let's take this out. It's not doing us any favors. They're getting salads. Which means what? They can have steak. I have steak already cooked. And actually, I'm not going to put a thing in there. That one could stay there. If I don't do this, people tend to eat other people's food. So I get a little masking tape and a Sharpie, and I write the names on the meal, because otherwise people's food gets eaten, people's feelings get hurt, and it's just all bad. Alright, so lunches have been started. We're going to put all these in the fridge, and I think those things have been done soaking, so we can start cutting them. More food I gotta wash. We're gonna wash parsley, cilantro, and got some Fresno chilies here. I'm gonna make some chimichurri sauce. I've never made a chimichurri sauce before, and I'm gonna use it as a marinade for some of my chicken. Wonder if I should make stuffed peppers next week. That actually sounds kind of good. I haven't made stuffed peppers and oh my gosh. Not stuffed bell peppers. I'm talking about stuffed poblanos. So like a chili relleno situation, but without battering and frying them, just kind of stuffing them and roasting them. I don't know. Maybe like a chili relleno casserole would be good. I'll have to think about that, because that sounds quite delicious. To make some chili relleno. To make some stuffed poblano peppers. Be so good. My mom used to make them like where she would stuff them with like chicken and cheese and then put like an enchilada sauce over it, like just like a chili sauce over it. It'd be so good. All right, we got the washed veggies. Just kind of dry them off a little bit. And get are about done with the salad stuff. Let's go. Oh, I should boil some eggs and top the salads with some beans. I'm gonna just put this stuff in the fridge for now and finish topping up the salads a little later. So I'm gonna put some beans, seeds, boil some eggs, slice up the steak, because it's just one ribeye steak, so they'll get about 4 or 5 ounces of meat each. And then so I want to put it with, you know, put a boiled egg or 2 in there. 1 for my daughter, 2 for my husband. But yeah, so put these in the fridge, and what do we gotta do next? Oh, I'm still washing some stuff. So we're gonna bring that over here. Oh, okay. Let this dry out a little bit, because this is obviously for the chimichurri. And then the cilantro, and oh, so this is for the chimichurri too, the Fresnos. Okay, that's the cilantro, so that's washed, that's washed. I don't think I have any further vegetables to wash. Oh, that takes, it's 4 o'clock now. That takes so long to do. Since it's 4 o'clock, I definitely got to go get that hamburger meat and at least process that, because I got to get my dinner started. And then maybe while the sauce is cooking, still got all the cookie stuff is out on the counter. So we just really need to get, like, what do we need here? We need the mixer stuff, right? I know for sure I need the hand mixer, because it's like peanut butter and sugar, and yeah, so I know I need that. We'll use this bowl to cream everything, and let's go get the meat, and I'll be right back with that. We'll set up with some more Ziploc bags and get stuff figured out from there. Okay, I'm exhausted from carrying that big old hunk of meat up here. I think it's a 10-pound chub of meat. So we're gonna measure out 2 pounds for dinner, and then I'm gonna put the rest in 1 pound, I think 1.5 pound increments in the Ziploc bags. We'll see how much it fits. I think it fits about 1.5 pounds. If not, we'll just do 1 pound. I have not drank enough water today. It's after 4 and this is my 3rd one, so I just felt it. Whew. Alright, though, seriously, I'm gonna put my TV show on, which, in case you're wondering, I'm watching Love Island UK. I just love it so much. They're so full of drama, but in such a beautiful, friendly, apologetic way. It's so weird. I love it. So I'm gonna watch my drama, Love Island, my drama island, while we get to all these, get dinner started, and then I think I'm gonna rest my meat a bit after dinner, because yeah, I do gotta try to maybe, yeah, I could probably, the chicken can probably wait till tomorrow. I'll go look at it and see. I know I checked the beef. The beef is good to wait till tomorrow. So I'm assuming the chicken will be, but let me go look at it, because I might have to process the chicken tonight. Which, I mean, seriously, I'm going to put it in a bag and make the marinades, which the marinades just need to be like zipped up in the blender, and that's it. So those are definitely more important than the cookies. Although my husband would love for me to make the cookies first, I'm sure he's probably like, why didn't you do that while you were talking to your parents on the phone? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do it while I was on the phone with my parents this morning. Oh, I am going to turn that fan on me though, because it's a little cloudy, but it's like a really cloudy, muggy day. So it's like 72 in my house. Which I know for some people probably isn't that hot, but my house is usually around 65, so yeah, 70 something is too hot. I can do 68, that's probably fine. Alright, Love Island, here we go. Hey friends, it's the next day. I think you're a little crooked here. Let's see if I can. Okay, maybe not that. It's a little low, but it's fine. All right, it's the next day. So it's Sunday and just getting to do the chicken that we bought on Friday afternoon. I already got my birria in the pot. It's simmering on the stove. And yeah, we'll get to putting that together later. First, I gotta get this chicken cut. I got 3 packs of chicken. I got 3 Ziploc bags. Each one is gonna get a different seasoning. But I'm gonna first go ahead and get, oh, I just ripped the glove, but that's okay. I'm touching the chicken with it, right? So. I'm just gonna grab some of these chickens and like trim a little bit of the fat off. So I just wanna take these, grab a bag, and trim a little bit of this excess stuff off. Oh, I wonder who's home. I don't normally wear gloves, so this might be a bad idea because I already just poked a hole in it. I'm just gonna take the glove off because clearly this is not meant to be. I know how to wash my hands, I'm good. Okay, I'm not trying to get it perfect. It is a chicken thigh, it's gonna have some fat. But I would like to get just some of the big chunks of fat off. I feel like I wanna look and see who that was coming in my house. It's probably one of the kids though. And when I say kids, I mean my adult children that live here. Never done this before. Pre-marinated my meat, my chicken specifically, before freezing it. Usually I literally just pop it in the freezer and that's it. Like, and then it's plain until I go to cook it, and then I'll usually just, I guess I'm just a plain cook. I usually just literally salt, pepper, garlic, and that's pretty much it. If I'm doing barbecue, I might do a little bit more of a smoky flavor, like some smoked paprika and things like that on it, but I don't know why I'm taking chicken out of the bag. Being distracted. But yeah, I'm kind of a plain Jane cook. My husband is the phenomenal cook. He's the excellent. Throw together whatever you have in your pantry and it will come out to be the most amazing gourmet meal you ever had. He's very creative when it comes to cooking. I told him he should start a YouTube channel of like just going around to like friends and family's houses and literally making them a meal about what they have in their freezer and pantries, because he's so good at it. I'm like, I can look at our freezer and pantry and be like, I don't know what to cook. I'm at a loss. We have nothing to eat. And he will go in there and an hour later come out with the most spectacular meal that I never would have thought of making. So most of the time, if I can convince him to cook, I really like him to cook. Food is just so much better when he cooks. I'm good if I have a recipe. I'll follow a recipe. I'm not good at creating recipes and throwing things together like that. Like, I don't know. Like the birria, I took somebody else's recipe, which I will link below. But I doctored it up to make it my own recipe. So I omitted some of the ingredients that she used, and then I added some of my own ingredients. So, you know, kind of hers, kind of mine. So I can riff off of recipes like that, but just trying to create my own from scratch, I'm not the one. I'm not the one who's going to sit here and have this is my recipe channel. I will share with you other people's recipes. I will share with you how I change their recipe into my recipe, but yeah. Like the birria taco recipe, I've kind of got it down. Now this is the 3rd time I've made it, so I think I kind of got it down to how I like it. but like I missed one of the ingredients and I didn't realize it until after I already made the chili sauce blend. And I missed one of the chilies that I usually will use. And I was like, how did I forget to put that in there? So it's going to taste a little bit different, but I mean, it's still delicious. I tasted the sauce. It's amazing. And then also I forgot to buy tomatoes. So I couldn't roast any tomatoes, so I just used a can of tomatoes. And that worked out great. And I'm sure when it cooks up together for 3 hours, it's still just going to taste just as amazing as if I had gotten fresh tomatoes and roasted them myself. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes you got to work with what you got. Like one of these recipes that I'm using for a marinade calls for lime juice. Well, you know what? I don't have lime juice in my house, and I didn't buy limes because, yeah, I wasn't going to buy limes just for juice because they're expensive. They're like $1.50 each for a lime that's this tiny. And I would need, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 of them. I don't know. I mean, pinching dollars here, but still. I have lemon juice. I have a giant Costco bottle of lemon juice. Works the same as lime juice. So, I'm going to use what I have. Lemon juice. Well, it took a while to get one package done. All right, let me get the rest of these packages done, and then we'll come back making the marinades. We got all the chicken prepped, but right now I'm going to make a marinade for a chuck roast and some chicken thighs. And it's going to be a little spicy because I'm using a whole can of chipotle peppers. I have never tried this recipe, so hopefully I'm not ruining 2 giant things of meat by doing this. Because I really just don't know. Okay, we're just gonna get started. I got the blender here. We're gonna blend it all up. And 7-ounce can of chipotle, peppers, and adobo sauce. I don't think I've ever used a whole can for anything ever. But we want all that adobo sauce, so get in there. Okay, now the recipe here calls for 1/2 cup of sour cream and 1/4 cup of mayo, but I am going to do, I have a little bit in here, a sour cream. I'm going to say it's probably close to 1/2 cup, but I'm going to add a couple dollops of yogurt. So here I'm going to just kind of eyeball it. I'm not really going to measure. I will leave the recipe for this linked below. This is not my recipe. In fact, the YouTuber I got it from, it's not even her recipe, but so, yeah. So nice that we can all just share recipes here and just, you know, share all the things we love, right? Actually, it was, yeah, probably like 1/3 of a cup, maybe, like not even, I thought it was closer to 1/2 cup, but it's not. Okay, we're gonna go. We're just gonna do a nice big scoop like that. That ought to bring it to 1/2 cup because that was probably almost 1/4 cup. I'm just gonna eyeball the mayonnaise. It says 1/4 cup, but I'm not gonna measure. Just gonna. That's probably about 1/4 cup. And it's the avocado mayo. We'll go in order. Well, we'll do this one last. Because, oh, not much in here. 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Half a teaspoon oregano. I'm gonna go with 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And why not, let's do a heaping 1/2 teaspoon of salt. It says salt to taste, but I don't know. I guess we could taste it after we do a heaping 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Oh, and I got a bunch of garlic here. So my other recipe, let's see, this says garlic is optional. So the other one's 4 cloves of garlic. So we're gonna just pull some aside for that. We are going to add garlic in here, and I have about, I don't know, 6 or 7 small cloves. And I just love things that are garlicky, so we're going to do that. And it says 2 tablespoons of lime juice, but all I have is lemon juice. So that's what we're doing here. And if it's a little more than 2 tablespoons, I'm not worried about it. And just an optional item as well as a little cilantro. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Since I have a big bunch here, I don't need all of it for dinner tonight. Now, hopefully my daughter doesn't notice too much. She says she doesn't like cilantro. She might be one of those people that it tastes like soap for her, so, oh well. Usually I do it on the side, but this time I'm putting it in the mix. All right, let's give this a blend and give it a taste. All right, let's give that a little tasty taste. Very excited. That is so good. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to put a little more cumin and oregano in it. Probably, the salt content's probably pretty good. Could probably go a little more salt. And maybe a little more oregano and cumin. So let's try that. I'm just gonna eyeball it here. A little more oregano. And that's just because it's my personal preference. I love these flavors. I'm even gonna go a little more lemon juice. That acidity will help cut some of the heat because it is quite spicy. I think I'm gonna go a little more yogurt as well. All right, let's give it another blend and another taste. Taste test number 2. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Wow. That's so good. Whoa. Whoa. That's really good. Okay. We're going to pour a little in the chicken here. Kind of don't think I need much for the chicken. I think I'm going to need more for the beef. Go ahead and close this off though. God, it just smells amazing. I honestly cannot wait to try this. Look at that. Didn't even need the whole recipe for this little 2-pound pack of chicken. It's, yeah. It's just going to be awesome. Just awesome sauce. Definitely want a little bit more for the beef because the beef I'll probably just cook and throw it like in the Instant Pot one day. So excited about these guys. Yeah. So fun. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to do this beef right here. Actually put just 1 roast in the freezer plain because I bought 4 roasts. So I put 2 in the pot here. We're cooking for birria. And then 1 here we're going to do the chipotle, the creamy chipotle marinade. And then the other one, I just put the whole roast in the freezer as is. And then when I want to cook it, I'll probably just cook it as a regular roast. So yeah, because I just love me a regular pot roast. But yeah, let's get this one. God, this smells so good. I'm like, why didn't we make this for dinner tonight? Like, oh. Like seriously, folks. This is, I think this is going to be one of my new favorite ones. I can just tell. I mean, it tastes amazing, but the smell of it's like even better. Don't waste any of it. Oh. Okay, now we just gotta squish it all over this beef, right? Ooh. These are gonna actually come really in handy for during that last week of my cycle. I can sometimes tend to get really just tired, and I mean, I've been like that kind of anyways. I get that way through most of my cycle, but the week before my cycle is the worst, and especially those last few days right before it starts and that first day of my cycle, the worst when it comes to like, I'm just exhausted. I will literally not want to do anything but sit on the couch. There's been times where I've called my husband at work and just been like, go pick up hamburgers, go pick up a pizza, because this girl is not cooking and I don't care. And that's just kind of what happens, you know, when you can't figure out your energy in this time of life. Oh, let's label these babies. Chipotle chuck roast. And this is chipotle chicken. I don't write good on here. Chipotle chicken, and today is the 21st. Write that on here. All right, we're gonna get ready to make the tacos now, but it's kind of a setup. It's kind of a pain in the setup. Oh, I don't know if this cord's gonna be long enough. I'm thinking no. So, okay, I need to go find a longer extension cord. Okay, that's a bit irritating. I can't find a longer extension cord, so maybe we can make this work. Let's see. It's probably just barely gonna fit. It's barely gonna fit. I just wasn't really trying to block this walkway, but oh, trying to pinch myself. Oh, turn that off. Okay, got my griddle set up here. I need to grate some cheese. The meat is completely done. Got my tortillas out. Okay. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. Okay, now we can shred the cheese. I think this should be enough for the tacos. I also put some beans in the Instant Pot for dinner tonight, so got a little. I'm not gonna make rice though, because I'm trying to keep things a little on the low carb side. I don't want it to be too carb heavy. I'm using the low carb corn tortillas, and then I got, you know, the beans. We don't need rice. That just makes it a lot, even though my husband will beg to differ about the rice. He says rice is always a must, but we are fasting tomorrow. Tomorrow is a long fasting day. We're gonna do a 36 tomorrow. So if I have to go all day without eating, we are not having a bunch of rice tonight for dinner. But I feel good about that. I got so much meat like prepped and like different flavors ready to go. Gosh, yeah, I feel good about that. Got a few quick things to whip out if my daughter needs a quick lunch or my husband needs a quick lunch. You know, just if I don't feel like cooking, there's something grab and go ready for them. Already in the freezer, something easy to cook really quick. So I'm pretty excited about that. This should be a good amount of cheese to use for the tacos. Like I said, I got about 20 tortillas here. I don't actually know how many tacos I'm gonna make, but we're gonna get some done early. I need to eat a little early. My beans are almost done. They got 20 minutes to go, and then I can release the pressure, and then those will be ready to eat. So I can have some beans and tacos a little bit early tonight. I don't know, I like to get started on my fasting at no later than 7 o'clock. I want to be done eating. So I really got to get all this stuff ready on my plate, ready to go by 6:30, right? And it's 4:30 now. So I think I should be able to make that work. All right, let's figure out my setup. I need a plate for the sauce. So this is gonna need to be, okay, heat up my tortillas here. So these are gonna be my tortillas. This, maybe I'll put my cheese here and my meat here. Want this kind of a little bit close to me, but I gotta have a little working room right here, so it's gonna be a little bit far. And I need to have something to put the tacos on when I'm done. So, cheese, I need to get the meat. Let me just pop this in the fridge for just a minute. It's a super hot day and I don't want this cheese getting all weird. So, put this in the fridge for a minute. I forgot I needed a little plate of broth that I'm gonna dip my tortillas in to fry them. All right, smash up this meat and get it all shredded. Not gonna lie, I haven't even tasted it. I always do that. I should probably taste it like a little bit. Tastes beefy. That's how you know it's done. You just, I got the tongs here and I'm just gonna I'm just pushing on the meat and it's just falling to shreds. Like I don't even have to try that hard. Nice and shredded, so that way when we layer it in the taco meat, it is gonna be super awesome. I'm gonna go put a little bit of sauce in this though. I'm gonna have to type this recipe up that I used and just like, yeah, just put it somewhere that I have it to like always see. Okay, cheese, beef, sauce, warm the tortillas up. It's kind of a messy process. I got the griddle about 350 and I'm gonna start warming some tortillas, and then when we get a few warmed up we'll be ready to go. Let me get a platter to put them on when they come off, because we have to have somewhere to put them. Make sure we got all the utensils. And it is hot. I want to point that fan a little bit more towards me. I'm definitely going to start with these older tortillas first. I'm going to warm them up. Okay. I don't really know what this is. There's something on there that's burning. Like a little black. I don't know what that is. Maybe something that just didn't get washed right last time. Oh well, we'll burn it off. Get these tortillas nice and warmed up. So I'll start with about a dozen. Go from there. Then I have 8 more left in the pack. So if we want to do more, we can. That going. So this is kind of like the boring process. It's the boring process of making the tacos, but they come out amazing. In fact, I gotta chop up some of that cilantro. I think I was supposed to chop up some onion too, but I can't wait to make a taco to eat for you. Actually, I'm super hungry because I had breakfast like at 11. So I was fasted. I ate cookies late last night, so I was fasted 14 hours when I had breakfast at 11. But it's fine. As long as it was more than 13 hours, that's all I care about really right now. Because tomorrow we're doing a big 36er, so there we go. Balance, balance. Some long ones, some short ones. Some long ones, some short ones. And then some no fasting at all. Okay, so here is kind of the setup. What we are doing. Griddle is hot. Tortillas are ready to go. Let's get a round of this done, huh? Woo! are really hot to work with now. Just dip on one side, let it drip a second, then we're going to start over here. And then I like to do, let's see, we'll do a little bit of meat first. And I make them kind of fat, so yeah, I don't know, it's kind of a thing. So I kind of stuff them as fat as I can, really. Because who wants a wimpy taco with barely any meat, right? So they're so fat I can barely close them. I'm going to tell you that right now. A little bit of cheese on there. And then... honestly, it's like so hard to get it to go over. Okay. There we go. That's one. Next one. Dip a little bit in the juice. This isn't actually the juice. I actually skimmed the fat off the top. So this is the fat I'm skimming off. I skimmed off the broth, and I actually added extra beef tallow to it. I don't know if you've watched me make it before, but I add some extra beef tallow because it's delicious, okay? Let me just tell you. All right, and we just let these fry up on the griddle. Just force it over. Want all this cheese to kind of stay with the taco though. Cheese kind of drips out a bit. That's okay. We don't discriminate against melty burnt cheese. We eat it. Yeah, let's get a couple more out. Whew, hot. Hot. Hot, 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 hot. Alright. Get that some juices on there because it makes it deliciouser. Lay that down. Stuff it with lots of beef. Oh, don't fall out beef. We don't want the beef really falling out. Cheese can dribble out a little bit, but a little handful of cheese. And then we flip it over. Oh, flip the top up. And it is not, ooh, it is hot. It's like, oh, hard to get on there. All right. Whew. But these are amazing. And so I know I said before, like I'm kind of a basic cook, but this is one of those things I don't really mind spending time on because it's that delicious. Big pile of beef. Big handful of cheese. And then we're gonna flip the top over. All right. We can get another one on there, sweet. Let's do that. Whew. Little hot, little hot. This one actually might have come out like the best as far as like as many times. This is only the third time I've ever made this, but I feel like every time I make it, it comes out better than the time before. Or maybe it's just easier because I've done the process already a couple of times. Stuff it with beef. Get some cheese. Oh, this is I have yet to actually invite people really over to eat this. I usually just make this really for me and my husband. So now that the kids are here, don't tell them that I'm making this because they don't help make any food. Why do they need to eat it? I'm sure I'll feed them some if they come up and say, I'm hungry. I'll be like, fine, you can have 2. And that's it. These are my tacos. I wonder how well they would freeze. That would be kind of good to find out. So now that I've laid out like 5 on there, probably should think about flipping this one or 2 over because that cheese is really getting crispy. Part of the cheese that has melted out. So let's flip. This one too. Part of the cheese that has melted out is really crispy. Oh yes, the shell's nice and crispy on that side. This is pretty much just it right there. All right. Ooh, hot. Okay. Let these cook up. Right here, my friends. Actually, we could probably get a 6th one on there now. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll flip the other 2. That and oh man, I put a nice, good amount of beef tallow in there this time, so there's like a really good amount of nice fatty fatness to dip that shell in. So I'm really excited about that. Come out. Just do a little tiny bit more beef in that one. Want it nice and full of meat. All about the meat. And the cheese. I mean, who doesn't love a quesadilla? Right? Alright, we got 6 on there. Let's go ahead and flip these ones over. So probably nice and crispy on that side. Alright friends, I'm going to finish frying up these tacos and we're going to come back with a bite here in just a minute because, like I said, I'm hungry, so definitely want to get me a bite. Alright, I still got a couple sitting here on the grill, but, oh, they are hot. I think they're probably, oh yeah, that's done. It's like sticking. Oh no, ah! Okay, sometimes when you stuff them too full, ah, the meat falls out. Let me stick that back in there. Oh, it's so hot. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. Ah, okay. My, good stuff. I am hungry. This is the very first one I did. It cooled down enough. I think I can eat it. Let's dip it in that broth. So good. So good. So worth it. Well, I feel pretty good about myself. The next step in the prep process actually will be next video. And I have a huge pork loin that I need to cut up into pork chops. And we're going to make some bread. So yeah, because you know, gotta have me some sourdough bread in that last week of my menstrual cycle because it's just, love it. Yeah, so that's the next thing. 36-hour fasting, prepping some bread, cutting up some pork chops. Maybe I'll think of a marinade to put the pork chops in. So maybe we'll do that too. But for now, I feel pretty good. You know, one weekend we got this done. Love making this. I think I'm trying to do it like once a month. It's like I said, it is kind of a big process. It's not like a lot. It's just like takes like all day to do because the meat's got to cook all day. So, and really probably do it a lot more often in the winter time. It seems like every time I do it, it's like a hot freaking day. I don't know what's wrong with me. But like, you know, just like 3 or 4 days ago, it was pouring rain and 45 degrees. Today, it's like in the high 60s, maybe 70, I don't know. And it's hot. I know it's like 74 in my house though. It's hot in my house. So, but this is fantastic. I highly recommend, if you like Mexican food, definitely make this. Thank you all so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it and I love you so much. Bye.